We're diving into the eerie world of Other Side of the Box, directed by Kelly Phillips. This ain't your typical flick. It's got the kind of tension that makes you want to hide behind the couch, but still peek through your fingers. The story? Oh, it's got that chilling vibe, the kind that crawls under your skin. The concept's sharp, and even when the characters go quiet at the end, the message hits hard, like a punch you didn't see coming. In this video, we're breaking down the plot, unraveling that shocking ending, and facing off with those creepy creatures that haunt the screen. Ready? Let's dive headfirst into this spine-tingling tale. So the movie kicks off with Ben and Rachel in the kitchen, whipping up a meal like it's some kind of romantic movie moment. They're all grins, making it crystal clear they're head over heels for each other. The whole scene's practically oozing happiness. But then, bang, out of nowhere, there's a knock at the door, and everything flips upside down. Ben checks the door, and who's standing there? Sean, looking all serious with this gift in his hands. The second they see him, both Ben and Rachel go from happy to nervous, like they've just seen a ghost. Rachel, her voice shaky, tells Ben she wants nothing to do with Sean. But Ben, trying to play it cool like he's got it all under control, tells her to chill and opens the door anyway. Now, as soon as Sean steps inside, the room's thick with tension, like a storm's about to hit. You can feel it in the air. These two, they've got history. Something heavy went down between them, but nobody's spilling the details. It's all mysterious, like a puzzle missing a piece. Then Ben, trying to steer the conversation, tells Sean that Rachel ain't around. And just like that, Sean's face lights up, almost too happy, like he knows something we don't. He hands over this medium-sized box, and with a voice that's almost urgent, he tells Ben to open it right then and there, saving the card for later. Ben, caught up in the moment, opens the box. And what's inside? Nothing but a plain, ordinary cardboard box. Only it's dark, pitch black inside, like a void that just sucks the light right out of the room. Ben's face twists in confusion, thinking Sean's got to be pulling his leg. But Sean, looking almost sorry, just mumbles an apology and bolts out of there, leaving Ben standing there, confused and with this eerie box that seems way more than it appears. So after Sean hightails it out of there, Ben ain't done with that strange box. He grabs a flashlight, shining it inside, but all he gets is darkness, like the box is some kind of black hole. Rachel, her curiosity getting the best of her, sidles up next to him. Ben, still unsure, flicks a pencil into the box, like he's testing the waters or something. But instead of answers, all they get is a creeping sense of dread. 'Cause this box, it ain't normal, far from it. Then Ben remembers the card Sean gave him. He tears it open, and what he reads sends a chill down his spine. The card says, "Dear Ben, I'm sorry for the past and I'm sorry for now, but this box, I had to give it to someone. I don't know all its secrets, but here's what I do know. It moves. But it can't do it when you're watching. So no matter what happens, don't take your eyes off it. It wants you to look away." Ben's heart skips a beat. He glances down, and there it is, the pencil he just tossed in the box, now sitting right by his feet like it never left. And then, like a scene from a nightmare, he looks back at the box, and what does he see? A figure, slow as molasses, starting to crawl out. It's drenched in water, eerily silent, and those eyes, cold, lifeless, are locked right on Ben. Both Ben and Rachel are paralyzed with fear, their breaths caught in their throats. Ben, panicking, tries to call Sean, but all he gets is that empty voicemail tone. And in that moment, they both know. They're tangled up in something far beyond their understanding, and the tension in the room, it's thick enough to cut with a knife. That figure in the box? It ain't just sitting there anymore. It starts messing with Ben and Rachel's heads, mimicking their voices like some kind of twisted parrot. Every word they've said, even things Sean said, it repeats perfectly, like it's wearing their voices like masks. Ben's thinking maybe they should just split, get the heck out of there. But Rachel, keeping her cool, reminds him they can't take their eyes off that freaky box. They don't even want to think about what happens if they do. So, being curious, they test it. They look away for just a second. And when they glance back, that figure's moving. It's crawling out of the box now, fingers clinging to the edge like it's ready to pull itself into their world. Then in Sean's voice, only it's even more twisted, it throws a curveball. Don't let him leave the house. That wasn't something Sean ever said. Now Ben's brain is spinning. He realizes the figure can't move if someone's watching it. So he cooks up a plan. He'll go find Sean and Rachel. She's got to keep her eyes glued to that box. Rachel, scared out of her mind but braver than a lion, agrees to stay and keep watch. Meanwhile, Ben hops in the car, dialing Sean like crazy as he tears down the road. Finally, Sean picks up, and Ben's talking a mile a minute, telling him about the creepy figure, how it's mimicking them and crawling out of the box. Sean's stunned, says he had no clue the thing could talk, and swears he never said anything about not letting it leave. Now, realization hits like a punch to the gut. Rachel's alone with that thing. Sean freaks out, telling Ben it was his job to keep an eye on the box since he's the one who got the cursed gift. But Ben's not thinking straight. Fear's got him in a chokehold. He spins the car around, heading back home as fast as he can, even though Sean's begging him to stay away. The dread's heavy, and all Ben can think about is Rachel and what that figure's gonna do next. Ben races back home, hoping to fix this mess, but when he walks through the door, it's a total disaster zone. The lights are out, water's everywhere like a busted pipe exploded, and the whole place looks like a tornado ripped through it. Rachel? Gone. The creepy box? Gone too. Ben's heart's pounding, his mind's racing. He notices the computer, tabs open, like someone was looking for answers in a hurry. Then he hears it, Rachel's voice, coming from the basement. Now Ben knows deep down this could be a trap. It could be that freaky figure playing tricks. But even with the fear gnawing at him, he can't leave Rachel hanging, so he heads down there. In the basement, he sees water pouring from the bathroom taps, flowing like some kind of twisted fountain. And then his worst nightmare comes true. The figure from the box, it's out, fully out, standing there in the shower, looking as creepy as a shadow in the night. Ben's instinct screams run, but before he can make a break for it, these dark, shadowy figures block his way at the basement door. They're playing a sick game. Every time he looks away, they creep closer, like they're just waiting to pounce. Then, the figure from the box kills the lights, plunging the basement into pitch blackness. Ben feels the walls closing in, trapped like a rat in a maze. He knows, deep in his gut, the scary thing's got him now. And that's how the story ends, trapped in the dark with those monsters. Gives you the shivers, doesn't it? Gather round and let me spill the beans on other side of the box. First off, let's break down the crew, Ben, Rachel, and Sean. Even though it's never outright said, It's pretty clear from their actions that Sean and Rachel had a thing before Ben waltzed into the picture. Rachel ditched Sean for Ben, probably because Ben's got his act together. Neat place, good job. Sean tried to apologize for old drama, but Rachel wasn't having any of it. Now, let's get to the real meat of the story, the box. This ain't your average cardboard. It's got some dark magic going on. Inside, there's a sinister creature that's a master of mimicry and deception. It used Sean's voice to mess with Ben, making him think the thing couldn't leave the house. But here's the kicker. The creature could only move when Ben wasn't watching it, 'cause the box was open. Its one big weakness? It stops dead in its tracks if someone's always watching it. Sean handed off the box to Ben, probably looking to settle scores, not realizing Rachel was at home. When Sean realized Ben left Rachel alone with the box, he was freaked out. This creature's got a nasty habit of munching on folks, possibly turning them into part of the box, kind of like that shadow we saw in the basement that looked suspiciously like Rachel. The thing's always wet, doesn't fear the light, but loves to turn it off. It's a vicious beast that likely devours its targets and anyone who gets too close. If it ever breaks free, it's gonna wreak havoc. How Sean managed to escape? That's a mystery. Maybe he knew someone else would be the next target and locked the box up right. So, if you're looking for a scary flick that'll keep you on the edge of your seat, Other Side of the Box is the one to watch. Hit up our YouTube channel for more thrills, and if you liked what you saw, don't forget to subscribe. That's a wrap for now, folks.